sometimes you're going to hear people say things like, companies are going to know you better than you know yourself. And what do they really mean by that? Like advertisers already do a good job of understanding the type of person you are by understanding your demographic, by understanding, who you are, your gender, your age, and the type of things that you like to buy. And then they use that information to pretty much sell you either the same products or different products in the future. Okay, so it's one of those things where at the end of the day, what do people mean when they say that advertisers are going to know you better than you know yourself? It's as simple as this. Nowadays, companies are using AI to pretty much analyze your personal data. You give you give away so much personal data to companies that they have so much of it now. You literally opt in and give them that data. Because you give them that data, they tend to use it. So the type of data they use are things like search history, social media posts, and even physical activities. AI can also use data to predict your future behavior and make recommendations for you. For example, an AI could recommend products or services that you are likely to be interested in, or it could suggest ways to improve your health or productivity. This is where they sneak it in. It could improve your health or productivity. At the end of the day, McDonald's knowing, that you like to eat McDonald's knowing that you ate McDonald's the last 3 days out of the last 2 weeks, is going to use that against you to sell you more McDonald's. At the end of the day, there's not really anything McDonald's can do to make you healthier. There's not really much McDonald's can do to make you more productive. Think about that. Like, McDonald's isn't going to give you a cheeseburger that's going to be like help you lose weight. McDonald's isn't going to give you like a cheeseburger that's going to like help you become smarter. McDonald's is going to give you a cheeseburger that's pretty much going to like, help solve today's problems. Like, McDonald's really isn't going to be able to like use your data in any good way besides just use it against you or use it to make more money off of you. Think about that. Okay, here's some specific ways the AI could know you better than you know yourself, right? It can analyze your personal data. AI can analyze your personal data, right? Including your search history, social media posts, and even your physical activity. This data can give AI a deep understanding of your interests, preferences, and habits. Okay, interest, preferences, and habits. It knows what you want. It knows what types and variants and what specifically what kind of things that you want. And then it knows your habits, meaning it knows that you like sports. It knows what sports you like, and then it knows how often you watch the sports, buy jerseys, and how often what kind of habits you have around that sport. It knows, if you like McDonald's, it knows what you order at McDonald's, and it knows how often you go to McDonald's. It knows if you like Nike, it knows what kind of Nike products you like, and then it knows how often you buy Nike products. So it's one of those things where they know what you like, they know what kind you like, and they know how often you like it. Okay, so it's one of those things where they literally know you better than you know yourself. Because sometimes you might not even know how often you go to McDonald's. You might not even know, why you like the preferences that you do. You might not even understand why you have the interest that you do, but they do. And even when they don't understand it, they just use the data to pretty much understand it for them. Okay. The second way, it can predict your future. Humans are kind of predictable. Even though humans are unpredictable, at the end of the day, as a whole, we become predictable. Okay. AI can use data AI can use data it has collected to predict the future behavior. This could include predicting what products or services you are likely to be interested, or predicting how you are likely to react to certain events. Meaning, when they do when certain stuff happens, AI can generate how people are going to respond. Meaning, if tomorrow I say, "Oh my God, like, the world is ending because of global warming," AI can know your gender, your age, your sex, your demographic, and it can pretty much guess how you're gonna respond. If there's an article about, oh my God, abortion rights, AI can know your gender, sex, and demographic, and it can know how you're gonna respond. It's one of those things where it knows you so well that it can predict your future. It can pretty much predict your future behavior. So it's one of those things where even you might not be able to predict your future behavior. Even you might not know how you're going to react to this coming up, or you might know how you're going to react, but you might not know that this easily triggers you. You might not know that, some things are more meaningful to you than others. It's one of those things where AI is just going to understand you so well that it's going to be able to predict your behavior better than you can. Okay. Then lastly, it can make recommendations for you. Meaning, a lot of people sometimes don't even know what to go eat. A lot of people don't know what to wear. A lot of people don't know what to try, what new experiences to try. Sometimes people just don't know what to do, right? AI can help you with that. Meaning, when it knows you so well, when it knows the things that you're about to be interested in, when it knows the things that you're gonna like, when it knows the things that you're bound to, enjoy, it can start predicting and doing and suggesting those things for you. So it'll say, "Hey, I see that you like sports. Here's a game this Sunday. Might want to go watch it. Hey, I see that you like McDonald's. They have a new burger. Buy one, get one free. Hey, I see that you like Nike products. Oh, they just released a new running shoes." This is one of those things where whatever it is that you're interested in, they're gonna start recommending you stuff. And this is where the advertisers come in, because the advertisers spend big bucks to recommend you stuff. They understand what you want, they understand how much you want it, and they understand how often you use it. And it's one of those things where they start to use it against you. So McDonald's starts to use it against you, Burger King, Whataburger, all these fast food companies start to use it against you. All these sugar filled products start to use it against you. All these dating apps and stuff started to use it against you. It's one of those things where at the end of the day, they're just using it against you. Why? Because they know you better than you know yourself. Okay. So at the end of the day, it kind of comes out to this. Some advertisers like Google, Facebook may know you better than you know yourself. Google, for example, can guess users' age, gender, marital status, income bracket, and personal interest. Think about that. They can guess your age, gender, and marital status. Google can tell if you're married or not. So, like I said, they know whether to recommend dating apps to you or whether they know whether to recommend honeymoon trips to you. Income bracket, it literally can tell if you're broke or rich. It's as simple as it can literally tell if you're rich or poor. And personal interest, it can literally tell what you want. So it knows if you're married, it knows if you're broke and poor, and it knows what kind of stuff you like. It's getting to the point where they literally know you better than you know yourself. And it says right here, yes, sometimes the predictions can be off, but majority are scarily accurate. Okay, it's one of those things where it's accurate. Okay, so I said advertisers can use this data for advertising. For example, you might see a sidebar ad for something you just wrote about in an email. That's when you talk about something. That's when you think about something. That's when you just mention something to your friend. Advertisers already beat you to it. Why? Because at the end of the day, they predicted that. At the end of the day, they knew that you were going to do that. At the end of the day, they knew you were going to say that. At the end of the day, they're using your data against you. So the reason why you have to protect your data, the reason why Apple is spending so much time, effort, and money into telling people that they can protect their data is because that's going to be the future. Advertisers literally get so much of your data for free that you pretty much like it becomes more valuable. And people like Zoom recently came out and were saying that they're gonna take your data and pretty much do whatever they want with it. And people came back and were like, "Yeah, I'm literally not gonna use Zoom ever again for the rest of my life if you do that." So people not only don't want their data to just be taken like and done whatever with, but at the end of the day, people start to realize how powerful their data is, and people start to realize just how much people know about you or companies know about you. So what do? Pay attention to the apps and websites that you use. Pay attention to the companies that you give your data to. And if you give your data to them, just know that they're using it against you. And if you don't give your data to them, no problem, no worries. It's one of those things where they'll probably have something about you anyways. Google can probably guess it anyways. But at the end of the day, try to limit the amount of information that you give them willingly. Because at the end of the day, like you are giving them that information, you are opting in. You are the one saying, "Hey, take this. Know my age, know my gender, know my personal interests, know my preferences." So you have to pretty much opt out. You have to be like, "Hey, I'm not giving you that information unless I want to. I'm not giving you that information unless I'm ready." Okay. And like I said, they're not gonna care. They're gonna find whatever they can. They're gonna do whatever they can to pretty much like get that data from you. But at the end of the day, like I said, you do what you can to make sure that they don't get it. Okay. And it's as simple as that. It's not meant to scare you. It's not meant to make you feel bad. It's not meant to, make you feel uneasy. It's just to show you that companies do have access to your data and they're using it against you. Okay. That's all I have for today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one.